Now I'm going to sew this piece, this extra piece, to the welt pocket. I'm going to sew first with a straight stitch, and then I'm going to finish this with a zigzag stitch, just to keep it from fraying anymore. When I first cut out this pattern piece, I imagined that this extra piece would be placed here on the top. But what I really meant is that when this is folded and in the shorts, I want this piece to be visible here. So it's going to flip this upside down like this. This is going to be the real direction of this pattern piece. The extra part goes here on the bottom. Before I place one welt pocket here, I'm going to place them right sides together, like this. And I'm going to align the center of the pocket, which is here, with the dart. And I'm going to align this, and then I'm going to sew through both layers around this mark here. So I have to transfer this marking to this piece. I'm going to place it right side up. Now this paper piece, and then I'm going to do the following, placing one pin on each corner, one pin on each corner, I'll flip the piece around, and I'm going to draw here the stitch lines with a thin pen. I can just do a marking on the corners, and then it's easier to draw the stitch lines with the fabric completely flat, like this. And here, there. Now I'm going to do the same with the other piece. There, I have the rectangles drawn. Now I'm going to place them on top of the back. So the back is right side up, and I'm going to put the welt pocket right side down. So these are right sides together. I'm going to align the center of the pocket with the dart, and pin it. Now you will have a little bit of back piece here visible, and it's totally fine. Just make sure that you have a little bit on both sides. Don't align it like this nor like this. You can just align it in the middle. And now I'm going to pin all around these stitch guides. Now I'm going to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew exactly on top of the stitch guides. I'm going to sew this with a short stitch length so that I can stitch a perfect rectangle here. I'm going to start somewhere on this straight line. When you get to these corners, in order to make a perfect corner, you can shorten or lengthen the stitch size. So I shortened it a bit just to make the corner. Now I'm going back to my not so long stitch. There I have it, the rectangle. On the other side it looks good. Now I'm going to cut here along the middle and then towards each corner. I'll just fold the rectangle to make a small cut in the beginning. Like this, it's right in the middle. And now I can cut through both layers. I'm going to turn all the welt pocket, the entire welt pocket, to the wrong side of the back, like this. It's going all the way to the wrong side. It should be like this on the inside of the back, and when I fold it up, this piece here will be visible inside the pocket. So now I just have to press really well all these corners and make sure that the lining is not visible from the outside. Take your time pressing this to make sure that it sits really nice. This is from the inside and this is from the outside. Now I'm going to take one welt piece, this piece 8, so 1, and I'm going to fold it with wrong sides together and the right sides out. Just fold it in half. And then I'm going to grab the back with a welt pocket and I'm going to align the welt piece with the top of this opening, like this. So just to make sure that it matches the top. It does not go over the top or beneath. It really matches the top. And now I'm going to pin this piece to the pocket back, not to the back of the shorts. Just a piece to the pocket back, like this. And also on the bottom. I'm going to sew just the welt piece to the welt pocket and not to the back. Instead of sewing in this direction, I'm going to separate pieces like this and I'm going to sew here and then on the bottom and then on the other side. This is what it looks like from the wrong side, and this is what it looks like from the right side. So we now have a welt opening. Before top stitching all around, I'm going to give it a good press. Now edge stitch all around the welt opening through all layers with a longer stitch length to make it look pretty. And there it is. The welt opening for the pocket, it's done. Now you can leave the welt opening just like this, or you can sew a buttonhole here to fasten a button from the inside. I'm going to sew a buttonhole. The buttonhole should be 1 centimeter down from this edge stitch and centered with a dart. And there it is. Now I'm going to open it. After you've sewn the buttonhole, you should finish this raw edge here of the welt piece. I finished with a serger or an overlocker, but you can also use a zigzag stitch. So finish both pockets, and now for the last step, bring the pocket bag up and bring it just a little bit higher than the pocket bag was here, just so that it matches the top of the back. Now pin it, just to hold it like this. And now you're going to sew first these two edges here. So move the back out of the way and sew these two edges, then these two edges together and finish them also. And then baste all these three pieces together. And the welt pockets are finished. So this is finished here, these raw edges, it's basted to the top, and now just trim off this little bit of pocket, just to smooth out the top edge of the back piece. Just like this. There.